Nintendo 2DS. More like Nintendo Poo DS.
Pootie Pie's doing an official Nintendo?
Terrible.
It's the best.
Welcome to the SuperRoboPlay Podcast. Welcome to the Roboboots Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Hanley, and with me as always is Jason Church.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. Alex and I are probably going to fight about some things. It's going to be entertaining shows, so strap on and gas.
It's going to be a lot of Pokemon talk for all you new subscribers. Got a couple new subscribers on the channel. I want to welcome each of them individually. I got a list.
Oh, I got a list too.
1,500 names.
Yeah, it's just like trying to get through that.
Everybody, all the hardcore, the diehards, SuperRoboPlay fans, check that subscriber number. You happy for us? Happy for us.
I'm pretty happy for us too. Are we cheating? No, surprisingly not. This is all legit.
Are we paying money for bot subscribers? No. They're real humans who love Pokemon.
Yeah, they just...
It's all their heart.
Love getting stuff too, but that's besides the point.
Getting my D. So where should we start? Should we start with the 2DS?
Let's start with the 2DS.
Or should we start with more Ben Affleck as Batman?
No, don't give Roberto the satisfaction of more, because we totally butchered the talk of Batman.
Should we talk about more Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes, let's talk about it. I just talked to my uncle, actually. I saw him. I was at a funeral last week, and I saw a lot of family, and he was actually saying how, we're actually going to talk about Spider-Man, how he actually really liked the new Spider-Man and got into, not an argument, but a bit of a dispute, because my dad was like, no, the Tobey Maguire movies are much better than the new one. And I was like, I'm just going to back away from this. I don't want to be part of this conversation anymore. No, let's talk about the 2DS, because that came out. Nintendo announced this 3DS console that has no 2D or has no 3D in it and has no hinge in it either. So it does not close. It is a wedge.
Flying Wedge pizza, my favorite.
Yes, the best pizza.
Just want to say about the Spider-Man note that they had the James Franco roast a day or two ago or whatever, fucking a week ago. Who knows? Nobody watches things when they come out anymore.
No.
The right time.
Never.
But I thought it was really funny. I thought there were lots of funny jokes, lots of funny comedians. I think the funniest person was Natasha Leggero, who I like a lot already. So seeing her there, she'd never done a roast before.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was weird kind of seeing like her and Sarah Silverman on the same stage, because I think they're like similar kind of people and similar.
They're
kind
lesbians
of, like,
with each other.
Well, one's Jew, one's not Jew, so it's like, ooh.
So it's a forbidden love.
Yes. But no, she had one fucking line to Andy Samberg, who was there, where she says, I can't wait to hear your acoustic Dick in a Box song at Lorne Michaels' open casket funeral. And it was just like, that was the first like really dark joke of the night, and it was really funny. Just because like Bill Hader and Andy Samberg both at like the same time were like, Jesus Christ. It was like the first really dark joke of the night. But, her set was really funny. Andy Samberg's fucking like borderline anti-humor jokes, like he was doing like a send-up of like roasts jokes and stuff. Like he was not following the format of like really taking digs. Like I can't even really explain what he was doing. It's just like, just watch it, it's funny, because at first you're kind of like, is like, these aren't funny, and then you kind of realize like what he's actually doing. He's like doing like almost a parody of like a bad roaster, and that's what makes it funny. And the thing is, there's some people, the crowd is maybe not getting it, the people there are maybe like, kind of getting it, but then there's Bill Hader, who is like very good friends with Andy Samberg. Bill Hader laughing his fucking ass off because he got it right away. Yeah.
Everyone's like, is this the joke? Is Bill Hader laughing?
Point,
is that the
Andy
joke?
Samberg just went, thank you so much, Bill. It's just like, but no, I thought his bit was really funny. But yeah, it was the most A-list one they've ever had, because they had Jonah Hill there, Seth Rogen, Aziz Ansari, Bill Hader, Andy Samberg, James Franco. So you had all these big names.
A lot of people who the crowd, the public, are very aware of.
We had very few, like before the roast used to be a lot of comedians you'd never heard of, but they're very good roasters.
Yes.
But they were roasting people like they
didn't really know.
They didn't know at all. But this is all people that know James Franco.
Yeah, they're friends and everything.
Yeah. So there are only a few, like Jeff Ross was the one guy who was like a roaster. And then you had people like Natasha Leggero, who not friends with Franco, but like friends with kind of everybody else. But she had a really funny set as well. But yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that was...
He Green Goblin.
Green Goblin. That was so many years ago now. That was like... When did the third one come out?
2007.
Was that 7?
6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years. That's fucking crazy.
And I remember in Knocked Up, they had jokes about it. Not jokes about it, but like they're trying to like make Knocked Up relevant. And they're like, in the movie, they're like, you want to go see Spider-Man 3? Yeah, let's go see Spider-Man 3. And that was a movie that had come out that summer. So you're kind of watching it going like, I saw Spider-Man 3 too.
Yeah, I'm going to go knock some girl up now. We're all relevant.
But now it's like it kind of dates
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
So it can't be timeless. It's very set in the time that it was released in.
Well, people will watch that later and be like, Spider-Man 3 with Andrew... What?
Yeah.
How does... What?
I was... just today I watched a movie from 1960 called The Apartment. And I'd seen it before. It's one of my favorite movies. Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, The Apartment. And that's a movie that, despite being over 50 years old now, is still so sharp, so funny, so... like it'll touch your heart. Very good performances, but then there's things that don't take you out of it, because it's like it is a movie that is 50 years old, but it's like everything about it feels modern because it's so ahead of its time. It's not like movies of its time. But there's one part where Jack Lemmon's watching the TV, and then you see him reach to like the little desk, the table beside him, and then he turns a knob on a thing, and you're like, oh, that's the fucking remote. It's like something that's like plugged into the wall or whatever, and sends a radio signal to like the TV. Yeah. So he's like changing it with this thing. So rather than having an actual remote that pointed at the TV using infrared, it was like a radio transceiver type one. It was like, and it was like, what? It took me a second. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, maybe he's adjusting the volume.
Well, first I was like, oh, is he listening to the radio? Oh, right. That's like an old timey remote.
Yeah.
Which is fancy, actually, because a lot of you got to turn up and fuck with the knobs. But,
50 years from now, people are going to look back and be like, why are all these people... What is this glass thing they're all holding in their hand? I don't get it. That's just how it is?
Because it'll be all Google Glass.
It'll be all in our brain.
Yahoo Glass, Yahoo.
In our brain, Alex.
Petroleum 3.
I swear I just read something about... Petroleum 3. I swear I just read something about... I think it was Google or one of the big companies... looking more into mind-controlled devices and of that sort. And it's like, how far off are we really?
Marina Abramovich Institute.
Yes, exactly.
Controlling little carts with your mind.
Exactly.
I think that got funded, by the way.
Did it?
Fuck's sake. I checked on like the day that it was like going, like the last day. If you guys want to be confused and angry at this society, look up Marina Abramovich Institute Kickstarter, and I'm pretty sure she got funded on her last day.
Man,
600.
Lady Gaga's just like, I'm just gonna fund the rest of this. Boop.
Yeah,
something like that probably.
Speaking of, we're talking a little about Spider-Man. It's not related to Spider-Man, but I did just see. Also, everybody go check out The Apartment. Great movie. One of the best movies.
Love Pokemon? Go watch The Apartment. You'll love it. Best thing.
One of the best movies of all time. And it was so weird watching it because like Jack Lemmon, I think in that movie is his physicality, like the way he moves himself. Like a lot of actors today, there's no thought about what their body is doing when they're performing. It's all about like their face and their voice and what they... There's a lot of Robert Pattinson shit where it's just like a lot of voguing to the camera.
Back then, though,
but Jack Lemmon, it's like it's a movie that almost seems like a theater adaptation, and it has been turned into a play as well. But there's so much like the way he just carries himself and moves his body. Like you could learn so much by watching just the way he moves. You could turn the fucking sound off and just watch the way he moves in that movie and get so much out of that as an actor.
There's presence in his movements. It's like there's emotion. And
there was lots of things where just him moving around his own apartment, the titular thing. He was like closing his oven by using his like knee, and then like closing his refrigerator by using his like elbow or whatever. And he does it as if like he's done it a million times, like he's lived here. It's almost as if it's second nature to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Great film. Everybody check it out. I felt like Greg Turkington from On Cinema when I say great film there. But no, the one thing I actually wanted to get to was like it reminded me watching him. It's like, oh, I can see like Bryan Cranston in this, because I think there's also a great physicality to the way he moves himself, and it's like almost it's like that's what a good comedic actor is. There's so much or a good classical comedic actor. There's so much body movement. If you go back to silent film kind of stuff, it's like it was all that,
because that's what all they had to communicate.
All you could do to convey yourself, and I think a lot of that is lost.
It is now, and that's just sort of something that happens as we gain more technological advancements. You sort of lose that, I don't want to say analog, but
we just have different values where it's less about whoever the best actor is, and where it's like, no, let's just get the most handsome and the most beautiful. Yeah, and it's like, well, these people can act. They have no talent in this, but
they're pretty.
Speaking of one funny, touching movie to another, I saw Furious 6. Fast and Furious 6.
Did that come out this year? Or was it last year?
No, this year. Came out this summer. It's just out on Blu-ray. So.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, I thought a Fast movie came out this year, but if it's on Blu-ray, that makes sense now.
Yeah, so I checked that out. God, is that movie amazing. I loved Fast 5. Furious 6.
And it's just called Furious 6.
No, it's in... All the marketing was always called Fast and Furious 6.
Yes.
And you watch the movie, the title card is just Furious 6. So it's Fast 5, Furious 6.
Interesting.
So what they do for 7, I don't know. But
Furious 7.
Fast Furious, FF7, Final Fantasy 7. God, but I love Final Fantasy 5, Fast 5. I thought that movie was a ton of fun. I went and saw that in theaters. I'd never seen a Fast and Furious movie before that. Maybe I saw the first one once on Much Music. I don't remember.
Most likely.
Perhaps. But I'd never seen one before that.
What the fuck is Much Music?
Yeah, I went to see Fast 5, though, in theaters. And it was like The Rock and just Vin Diesel and Rio and smashing stuff. And it was
we gotta go fuck something up. All right, let's go.
So much fun. We haven't seen it.
I haven't seen any of them except probably the first one on Much Music.
Gotta see Fast 5 and Furious 6. Furious 6 is so funny for the best reasons. Everything about every note in that movie hits. Where it's just like, that was meant to be a really cool moment, and it was. That was meant to be a funny moment, and it really was. Like, anytime they tried to be funny, you'd laugh, and it would be like, how did that work? Like, it wasn't like it was a really funny joke, but it was just like, no, they got me. That was funny. There's one part where there's like two of our protagonists, two of the good guys, chasing this one guy from like the other rival crew. Yeah, they're chasing him, and they find the guy's like cornered. He's like, all right, I'm gonna fight you. And so they're fighting him 2-on-1, and the bad guy like just whoops their ass. And it's like this Asian guy who's just like martial artsing the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So 2-on-1, they lose. They get their shit handed to them, and then the Asian guy just like walks away coolly and gets out of there. And then the two protagonists get up, and they both get up, and they just got their fucking shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
And one guy just turns to the other guy, and he goes, no one needs to know about this. It's just like, it's funny. It works.
Yeah.
And the action is incredible. It's so well shot. The movie starts off, and it's just like, for the moment it starts, it's like, this is gorgeous. Just like these aerial shots of these really nice looking cars driving on this like cliffside, and it's like, this is gorgeous. And the story,
ridiculous.
No, it's not even that ridiculous. There's it's like the actual story elements of it aren't ridiculous. What they're doing in the movie, the plot stuff is insane.
Yeah.
Like the climax of the movie is like 20 minutes of them stopping a plane from taking off, with like the bad guy just like taking off on a plane. Mm-hmm. And the way that they're stopping him is driving with their cars and shooting the wings of the plane with grappling hooks that are connected to their cars. So there's one point where this plane has like 5 cars like just strapped to it as it's struggling to take off.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know what this strategy is, but
we'll go away like playing down with all these cars.
To quote Jason Mantzoukas from How Did This Get Made, it is surefire death. Where it's just like, in reality, if you were to shoot with a grappling hook and attach your car to it, you will die if that plane takes off.
Not even if it takes off. If it lifts up at all, your car is just...
it's anything. So, but no, they managed to stop that plane.
Oh, of course. They're the Furious 6.
But no, that movie... so much fun, so well shot. And then the post credits. So skip ahead a minute if you don't want to hear the post credits spoiler.
But should I leave the room?
Yeah. And the post credits is freaking Jason Statham.
Right.
And it's Jason Statham. This is all a prequel to Tokyo Drift. And in Tokyo Drift, one of the characters that has been in the last 3 movies dies.
Yeah.
So you get to see like who killed him in this, and it was Jason Statham getting revenge. So you watch one of those characters that you've grown to love die at the post credits thing, but you already knew he was dead from Tokyo Drift. So you've been like leading up to this, and then you see fucking Jason Statham did it, and he's getting revenge because
has he been in the previous?
No, none of them. Okay. In Furious 6, the bad guy is this British fucking terrorist guy, and he gets killed at the end. And Jason Statham is his brother. He's going to be getting revenge for that. Yeah. So it's going to be like a different take on it. It's like, I don't know, Jason's, and I hope they bring The Rock back. I hope they bring everybody back.
Everybody.
But the 2 funniest people in the fucking Furious 6 are Ludacris and Tyrese. Just their banter is so funny. And that's what that line earlier was, Tyrese delivering it.
Yeah.
And like I re-listened to the How Did This Get Made on that movie, and it was like, yeah, they both, everybody praises like Tyrese, who from the Transformers films and stuff, is so funny in this movie. Everything he says is just fucking hilarious.
Weird.
There's one part where he just goes like, "Oh, you guys smell that? It smells like baby oil." And it's like the fucking the Rock is coming up, and his like muscles are all oiled or whatever. And there's like 3 times where they make the same fucking like baby oil joke, and it's funny every time.
Oh god.
And then he makes some crack at like the very end of the movie about the baby oil thing, and The Rock immediately makes some crack about it, like fucking Tyrese having a huge forehead, and that's not the funny joke. The funny part is like they do like this perfect spit take where it seems completely like believable.
Yeah.
Like Ludacris is taking a sip of his beer and the joke happens and he spits it up, and that is what makes you laugh. That it's like such a believable spit take, and it's like everything about that movie perfect. The action is great, comedy's great, it's got tons of hot babes in it. It's everything you want in a summer blockbuster.
Makes me want to watch it.
Oh, it's like you'll watch it and you'll be so thoroughly entertained. Where it's just like, yeah, put it on a TV, watch it in 1080p or whatever. Fucking that movie is a ton of fun. It's like people have forgotten that summer blockbusters can be stupid, but fun, stupid, and not to the point where you're like, this is dumb. Like, there's a difference between like this is a movie that doesn't take itself seriously,
which is what you need.
It does, but in the moments where it's taking itself seriously, you still find it funny because it's fucking Vin Diesel and everything. The way
always funny.
The way he delivers his lines, he's always talking so quiet, and everything he says is so well paced and well measured. And that's it. Like, it's just like he will say everything so quietly and in such a deep Iron Giant voice.
He has such a soothing voice, though.
He's great in this movie. Yeah. Everybody's great in this movie. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It is, I can't wait for Fast 7. And it makes me want to go through and watch all of them just so I can get all of.
You can understand the lore,
all of the backstory. There's lore, and if you go watch YouTube videos, of like Fast and Furious stuff, people are obsessed with like who has won what races, like who is like leading in like anytime they race, because it's not about races anymore.
No, it's about pulling off heists.
No, the last one was a huge heist. This one is about them stopping an international terrorist.
Hey man, next one, there's a meteor coming down to Earth, and they gotta stop it.
No, the next one, it seems like it's gonna be like. No, it's going to be like a murderer, like there's a fucking ruthless killer out to get them. Yeah. They need to stop him. It's like, it's no longer, it used to be just about car racing.
But they use cars to complete their goals.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all amazing drivers and superheroes. There's one moment in Furious 6 where, let me just lay it out for you guys. And by me explaining it, in no way spoils it, because I cannot do it justice. They're chasing this like armored convoy car thing where it's like they're carrying something, like the bad guys are carrying this thing, and the good guys are chasing them down, and then the bad guys go like, all right, let's do it, and they press like a button and a fucking tank just bursts out, and then they're like, and Ludacris is like, you guys, I think they got a tank, and everybody's like, what? Chris, we're gonna do what we do best, we're gonna improvise, and they have to like take this tank out, and the way
wait, do they combine their cars?
Yeah, they Transformers.
Is it a man's combination?
No, there's no combining cars, but the bad guys use this car that is like an F1 racer, but it has like, it looks like a fucking battle bot. It has this wedge at the front, and all battle bots have wedges.
Yeah.
And the reason they have wedges is so they can drive into another one and flip it over.
Yeah.
They do that in Furious 6. There's a huge wedge, and all of a sudden the bad guys are using their cars, like turning other cars into weapons. So they're driving away from the good guys.
Yeah.
And just flipping cars backwards, or they'll drive into the good guys and just flip them over, and it's like, holy shit, they outsmarted everyone. Just put a wedge on their F1 racer.
Was the wedge a Nintendo 2DS by any chance? Or was it a giant?
We're not segueing into that because I need to explain the craziest moment where they have a tank, and the way they take this tank out again is with grappling hooks.
No,
they grapple the
what is this, Just Cause?
And it looks like Just Cause too. They like grapple the thing around. Anyways, long story short, somehow the bad guy is like, Michelle Rodriguez, get up there and unhook this thing. You have to unhook the grapple. And she's like, all right, I'll do it. So they're driving full speed away on this tank, and she's on top of the tank. And the bad guy's like, I know what I'll do. Because the whole point is they're trying to get Michelle Rodriguez back, the good guy. Because she used to be a good guy.
Yes.
And now she has amnesia, and she's a bad guy.
Right.
So they're trying. Everybody thought she was dead. She died in an old movie. They brought her back.
Okay.
Well, that's the whole reason they're doing everything. So the bad guy knows, I'm just gonna like allow fucking Michelle Rodriguez to die right now, and that'll put an end to all of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like the fucking grappling hook gets like attached to a car, and the car is dangling off of a bridge, and it gets caught on something, and freaking Michelle Rodriguez goes like freaking flying into the air. They're on a bridge. They're on a two-way bridge where there's two streets separated by a median that goes down to the ocean.
Yes.
And Vin Diesel's on one side of the bridge, and they're on the other side of the bridge, the bad guys. Michelle Rodriguez goes
still flying.
Michelle Rodriguez goes flying, and Vin Diesel decides he's gonna like freaking like drive into like a ramp or whatever and jump out of his own car. He catches Michelle Rodriguez midair. And then he like redirects himself midair like Superman and slams down into like the windshield of another car, unscathed, completely okay, saves both of their lives. And it's like, and you like get up like nothing happened, and it's the craziest moment. And it's so cool because you're watching,
and he's just like, "Hey, you all right?"
Basically, he did like it's nothing. It's a thing that
I do this
again,
for breakfast.
Surefire death. And it's like, no, they're superheroes now. He catches her in midair and somehow just like redirects his entire body and momentum.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he flies like 30 feet in the air before connecting her, and then another 30 feet before smashing.
Well, the car
into
cushioned his impact.
Yeah, and he's completely okay. There's no injury whatsoever, and he was like shot the day before by Michelle Rodriguez in the arm, and yeah, again, completely okay.
It's fine.
But yeah, you'll be in complete disbelief of stuff like that, and it's like that's not even. There's even crazier stuff than that I'm not spoiling. So,
I will need to watch it.
So entertaining, so funny, and The Rock is in it. The Rock is in it.
The Rock is in it.
So yeah, that's good. What should we move to next?
The Nintendo 2DS. Start with it. Get sidetracked by Fast 6 for
Furious
6 for 20 minutes. No, 2DS came out. I don't think it's available yet. It's available in 30 days or something. Weird decisions by Nintendo lately. They also announced Wii U price drop, $50 cheaper. But the stupidest thing is that they announced this price drop and say it'll be effective like August or October 1st or something. Who the fuck is going to buy a Wii U until October 1st? That just cuts their sales off for 30 days. It's the stupidest thing. But the 2DS looks silly, looks ridiculous, but at the same time marketed for like kids 6 and under. Kids who fucking always break that hinge on the 3DS.
And that's the weird thing, because I saw, when I was just looking at stuff on YouTube, I saw there was a video, like, this is before the 2DS announcement, of like how to fix that hinge. And that was funny because I remember I had let my roommate Stuart borrow my DS, just like use it, and broke that fucking hinge.
Oh, it's...
And how people break that hinge is beyond me.
I don't know.
I've had the fat DS. I had a DSi. Neither of them had broken hinges ever. So
no,
I just don't break shit like that. Why
but
do that?
I can understand.
I can understand how a kid will do it.
Oh yeah.
But it's too big. It's too big. It's not.
Hear something click-clacking.
You got mice.
I think I got mice, dude.
You know what could use a mouse is the 2DS because it's too big. It's like a tablet. It's like a Microsoft Surface.
It would need a mouse?
Yeah, you use it on the touchscreen bottom screen.
Oh, like a computer mouse. I had no idea mouse. What you were talking about.
A real
mouse. No, it looks awkward as fuck. It reminds me of the Wii U gamepad thing. It's just
that's basically
too big. It. Too big, and the buttons are in such they're like, we'll put the D-pad right here.
Well, it just looks so uncomfortable. Like it feels like you're.
Apparently, it feels fine, but I don't know. It looks weird.
How do you transport that anywhere? Like if it is meant for kids or whatever, it's like
the same way people transport iPads. I imagine. Gone are the days of your handheld devices being able to fit in your pocket. I don't get why that went away. I liked being able to put things in my pocket.
Well, yeah, but for things like iPad, everybody has like it's like I think an iPad is more like a laptop that people bring something with them. Yeah. That you don't take, if you're going to take your iPad somewhere.
Well, these things, I think, come with cases or pouches or something.
I don't know that they do.
I don't know, man. I just see them, they have these, like, little bags. It's like, I guess you can tote them around in that. It looks weird. It's not for us, obviously, but it's like, that thing is $40 cheaper.
Also, the name is the worst thing. They were, like, trying to think to themselves, how can we one-up ourselves on terrible names with the Wii U?
Yeah.
I got one, 2DS.
And everyone goes, brilliant, I love it. So let's look at the history of this. You have the DS. You have the DS Lite. You have the DS Lite XL. Or DS...
No. You DSi. Then DSi XL.
DSi XL. You have the 3DS. You have the 3DS XL. You have the 2DS. What?
Yeah, well, it's just... It goes down. And it's the same thing of like... And it was that... Reggie gave an interview where he was talking... Where he was basically asked, like... Do you think the Wii U sales are hurt by the fact that it's called the Wii U? And he was like... No, I don't think they're hurt by the fact that it's called the Wii U. I think it's hurt because we don't have software.
It's like
he straight up said that in an interview. And I got the top comment on Kotaku going, that's like saying, oh, don't worry, it's not a rash, it's herpes. It's like one problem, much worse problem.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking name aside, not having software is terrible. And the rest of their lineup for the rest of the year is not that strong.
It's strong enough, but I look at the games they're releasing, and they all seem like the secondary games. It's like you'd have a big Mario, and then you'd have a 3D Mario Land. Like, they look like the secondary games.
Yeah, but it's like...
That's all they have.
But it's also compared to what Xbox One and PS4 are going to be releasing, and then the fact that... No, and the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out in like 10 days, and that's not on any Nintendo things, and will never come to anything Nintendo-related. And it's Nintendo counting themselves out so often, but then they also try to say like, well, no, we do have third-party stuff, like we have Assassin's Creed and we have Batman, but they can't compete with like, well, why don't you have Grand Theft Auto then?
Yeah.
Oh, well, because our thing is underpowered and we're Nintendo. We're Nintendo.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. And the thing is, at this point, I don't know what you do. I really don't. I don't know. It's like, do you just forego third-party? People will just be like, no, this is a Nintendo console. You get your Mario, you get your Zelda, you get all that stuff on here.
It has been a problem for an entire generation, and it seems like it's at a point now where they have no third-party support whatsoever.
They have Sega.
Yeah, or they have things where it's like Rayman Legends was supposed to be an exclusive, and then Ubisoft was like, no, never mind.
Yeah, because it's like...
It won't sell.
Oh, there's no Wii U's out there.
Yeah, exactly. Then basically Ubisoft came out and said that as well, that they were like, yeah, we don't think we're going to do any more exclusives until there's more consoles.
Well, yeah, they can. It's just...
They'll lose money. They're just throwing money out the window.
They'll lose so much money. So, I don't know. The other thing, though, is the 2DS. It makes perfect sense. It's $40 cheaper. How much is Pokemon? $40. It's like, oh, I don't think they're going to bundle it.
They are bundling it. I'm almost certain they are.
Maybe. I don't know. But the whole thing is, it's like that will sell like hotcakes. Because it's like, so the price it would have cost me to get the original 3DS. Now I can get a 2DS and the Pokemon game. It's like that. They'll make so much money still. And that's the weird thing. It's like the 3DS and all this stuff is keeping them afloat. Whereas the Wii U is just like, I don't know. It could still have the turnaround like the 3DS did 2 years into its life cycle, where it's just like, oh, suddenly it's popular. But I don't know.
The difference is there was the only competition that the 3DS really had was Sony or the mobile market. Especially the mobile market, not really Sony. But there is way more competition with the Wii U. There's really no competition to the 3DS for handheld gaming stuff.
No. Vita is
a different kind of thing. Like Vita is meant for fucking Dominic and Rocco Bodie, people that are our age and have money and who like games.
Yeah.
The 3DS is meant for kids who like playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So,
but for the Wii U, I don't know
who that's for anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're better off just making it. One thing is like they need to make it dirt cheap.
Yeah,
they need to make that thing.
It's not as even with the price drop, it's still too expensive.
That's what that needs.
It does. The price is not justifiable for what you're getting.
Not at all.
Yeah,
it's like, what is it now? I think they put it. Did they put it down to $250?
No,
or is it down to $200?
No, it's $300.
That's what the price of it is now.
It was $350.
Was it?
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah. They had a cheap model and an expensive model,
and they got rid of the cheap model.
Yeah, they got rid of the cheap model and kept the expensive model. It's $300 now.
That needs to be $200.
Yes,
$229 at most.
Yes, $229 is probably a good price point, but no, it's $300. It used to be $350.
I had no idea. I thought it was cheaper than that.
No,
I must have been thinking of the cheap version that had like no memory on it, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so it doesn't look good when your expensive model it's a $50. Like that's a huge slash.
Yeah,
and not that far into the console's life cycle. Like that's a huge cut to take in the first year, not even a whole year.
That's bizarre. It's like the whole 3D. The 3DS had the exact same thing. It got a huge slash. Huge slash within. It was like $80 cheaper. They marked it down within the first year.
They were giving away free games.
They gave away 10 free games, which to them cost them no money. Oddly enough, those games still have not been released on their online stuff. I don't know why. It's like all those.
It's Nintendo.
All those games would make so much money. I don't know. Anyways, but with the Wii U, I don't think they're giving anything. People don't. It's just like, cause I don't know. It's so bizarre. I don't get it. I want to like them and buy their things.
I think the Wii U has like another year or two at most, and then they announce another console. That's what they have to do.
I don't know.
If it gets no traction, they're going to be just losing money.
And
you create a new thing as a new gimmick. Some fucking Oculus Rift type shit. You heard it here first. I'll cite this podcast. We'll call this one fucking Nintendocast.
Sure.
We'll cite this one 2 years from now when they do an Oculus Rift type thing.
Because
Sony's supposed to be doing one as well.
They've already said that they're not. They were initially, it was supposed to be released or announced at Gamescom, and then it was like, oh, we're going to talk about it at TGS. They've nixed that. No, we're talking about it.
Someone just buy Oculus Rift.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, is Microsoft going to buy Oculus, and then PS3 has their own 3D stuff? Because they've already done the 3D shit with their TVs and all that. Like
it's not 3D though. It's
no. But I'm just saying, like,
stereoscopic.
They're more into that industry.
Everyone I've heard, like, people go like, and then everyone I hear who uses it says how amazing it is.
Oh, and the Oculus Rift HD, which people have been using at PAX recently, is supposed to be fantastic. It's like, I regret so much that I didn't fucking be part of that Kickstarter and get that dev kit. 'Cause it's like, that would have been so much fun to do stuff with.
Yeah, I just hear the immersion is so amazing for it.
Or how people are like, they're falling over because they get so into it. It's like, that's what I want. I want that. That's so cool. So yeah, Nintendo might have to do something like that. I think though,
Virtual Boy. Yeah, the Virtual Boy.
They're ahead of their time.
The thing is, they're like on the Kotaku thing that people were going like, let's come up with better names than this. Let's just brainstorm better names than this.
The 2DS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then somebody just went, why not just call it the Super 3DS? Like, what happened to the Super prefix that they had, where it was like very clear the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, where it was like, oh, okay. Or why not just call it the Super DS?
Yeah.
It's like Super,
even though it's less. There's less things in it.
Super is a positive.
Yeah.
Going down in numbers is
bad.
Not. Your parents are gonna go. Uninformed parents are gonna go, and they're gonna go 3DS, 2DS.
Well, that's the thing. The games, Alex. The game. All the game boxes have 3DS.
I made a tweet about how
on the side.
Why are GameStop employees such assholes? because they're gonna have to deal with questions like this that they had already been dealing with.
So is my 2DS...
Does this Wii game work on the Wii U? No.
Does the 2DS support a 3DS game? Yes. Can I get this DS game? Can I put on the DS? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you, Nintendo, for confusing everybody once again. Super DS, way better.
Oh, or just 3DS something.
DS3.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just anything.
It's
anything with why not just call it the 3DSi or something? Just add another letter at the end.
Yeah.
But going down in numbers, like, it is a downgrade for less money, but I don't know. It's just a weird
bad
thing.
Marketing. They need better people marketing their shit. Well,
people are saying what's his name is going to be out soon.
Iwata?
Yeah. That's the word on the street if things keep going like they're going.
Yeah.
And the guy before him, whatever his name was, Gung Hei Fat Choi. What was his name? Gunpei Yokoi or something?
Yeah.
He was there forever. And then they brought in
the GameCube, and it was like...
Or, he's just an old-ass man.
Well, that too, but it was just like they were losing money.
And they brought in Iwata and brought them to such heights, but it's like...
At the same time...
there comes a time where you need to save. We gotta do something.
Let's get rid of Reggie.
I don't think it's Reggie's fault, although that fucking... Nobody called it as a blunder, but it was just like... The fact he's like, no, I don't think the name hurt us. I think the fact that we don't have software. Like, he's trying to be like... I'm sure in like a video interview it would have come across better, but reading it, it's just like, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Why would anybody who doesn't own a Wii U right now read that and go, well, I want to get one.
Well, I need one of those.
I need one of those things that doesn't have software for it. It's
and
like,
that has been out for almost a year.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Meanwhile,
twice now they've done this. Twice. What the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah, and the weird 3 times. GameCube launched with Luigi's Mansion. Instead of a Mario game.
Right.
That was the first time where they didn't launch like Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo. I don't know why I switched from game to console. But they all started with the launch title of Mario. Mm-hmm. And then GameCube, they're like, we're going to do it with Luigi. Terrible mistake. Yeah. Terrible mistake.
Oh, what's the year of this year again? It's the year of Luigi.
Yeah.
So Luigi?
Same thing. If they had a 3D Mario to launch the Wii U with, but they didn't.
They did.
It was what?
They had not 3D.
No, I know, that's what I mean. That's not a 3D Mario. It needs to be like an actual thing.
I don't know if it does anymore because more people resonate with those games than people like you and I. Because the thing is, if they made a 3D Mario, people like you and I still wouldn't buy it. So it's like the only people they have left are the people who have like been coddled with this. What are they called? Mario U.
Yeah, Super Mario.
Yeah, those games. It's like they're in such a weird position because it's like they don't have the hardcore gamers anymore. They don't have the casual gamers anymore. I don't know who they have anymore. I don't get it. I don't know. But at the same time,
they have the hardcore Nintendo fanboys, and
that's it.
And those are the worst human beings on earth.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. They're filled with so much anger, and I don't know where it comes from. They love these Nintendo games, but they're so much angrier than any Call of Duty fan ever. At least the Call of Duty fan, where it's like, they just like, they hate black people, they hate gays, they love Doritos, they love Mountain Dew. But it's like they'll so quickly just be like, shut up, faggot, and that'll be the end of it. Nintendo fans, they won't stop.
Yeah.
Stop, please.
Yeah. But at the same time, the anti-Nintendo people are just as bad as like they're these two people who are just drawn to each other and who are just gonna. It's an endless Gandalf versus Balrog fight. They're just gonna be falling forever fighting, and there's no stopping it. But like I've always said, I can't count them out because look at the 3DS. Like how popular that thing is now. It took it years to get it where it is now, but it's like I don't know. It's like they could go under, or it could. I don't know. I don't know anymore. It confuses me. I don't know where this industry is going.
Even though, like, I've been listening to what Michael Pachter is saying about the 3DS, that it's still underselling what the DS.
Is it?
Yeah, that if he's like look at this point in the DS life cycle and look at this point in the 3DS's life cycle.
Yeah.
And he was saying the DS life cycle, like people were saying, well, actually, it's selling better than when the DS did here. And Pachter was arguing that the DS gravy train didn't start rolling until the DS Lite came out. The fucking clamshell thing it sold, but it didn't start selling like hotcakes until they redesigned the thing, and people weren't like, oh, this is an ugly gray brick anymore. That's when it started going.
Yeah.
And he was saying, if you compare it from that point and then that point with
the 3DS has never had that same spike.
No, if you say like that's the starting point of the DS, as opposed to when it actually launched, of when the Lite came out and then when the 3DS came out, and then you start tracking it from there.
But I mean, that's such a you can't do that. That's saying it's like, well, why don't we track the 3DS until the 3DS XL came out, which was again like
then it would be worse.
Yeah.
But he's saying, but you look at lifetime sales and it's like, no, it won't ever reach the highs that the DS did.
Yeah,
so it'll still be less than the DS. And then you think like the 2DS is not its own console, so whatever the next console is, again, will be less. Like, not the console, I should say, handheld.
Yeah.
But the handheld market is dwindling. Like,
it is.
It's still gonna be. It's not gonna go away because it's a different thing than our mobile games.
Yeah.
But the fact that everybody has a phone that can play games now, and those games are getting better and better, and they will continue to do so. I think the one thing that just holds them back is that
shitty controls.
Yeah, that there's no actual dedicated things, and people are always like, well, this controller thing, it's like nobody's going to buy that. I don't want to have that on my fucking thing.
Yeah.
If I'm ever playing games in public, I don't want anybody to know that I'm doing it.
I don't really play mobile games or anything like that.
Unless I'm having to sit somewhere for a really long time, and it's like, okay, I don't have any more podcasts on my phone.
Yeah.
Guess I'm going to play some games.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, people like you and I who grew up on handheld devices, just we're like the people who don't play mobile games. Like, you think there's lots of great mobile games out there, tons of great games. It's not for us. I don't know why.
Temple Run, I like it.
Yeah, like I still play it. You know what? Actually, I was playing Facebook games recently because I've been applying for jobs and stuff. And I want to understand the market a bit better.
Should we play Neopets?
I found a really, really fun game that's also on mobile and stuff called Triple Town. It's only like 100,000 monthly players or something like that. But just super, super fun. I'll show it to you later. It's just simple actions of, you need to match 3 things of the same type.
Bejeweled.
No, it's not Bejeweled. That's the thing. It's you have like an empty lot, and it'll randomly give you a piece that you can then place on this, 10 by 10 grid or whatever. And it's like, if I put 3 grasses and they're all touching, it'll turn into a shrub. And then if I put 3 shrubs together, it'll turn into a tree. Kind of, it's just like this. You build it up, and it's so addicting. Like, you listen to what the game is. It's like, well, that doesn't sound like anything. But it's just on top of that. Then you have a kingdom that you can build in the exact same thing of like, I have 3 like gold mining things, and you build it up. It's this building kingdom sort of game. It's so much fun though, and it's like, man, there are good mobile games, but the thing is, they're totally different experiences from like playing Wario Land or playing Donkey Kong Land or like
Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Golden Sun, things like that. It's like they're just completely different experiences, and I don't know why the mobile market doesn't.
Let's move into the Pokemon Bank.
Yeah. So on top of all the 3DS stuff,
they had a Pokemon Direct.
Pokemon Direct came out.
I was awake when that was up.
So was I. I woke up for some reason at 4 a.m. I was like,
I was going to text you.
Well, I had seen it. And I went to bed. I've been dead exhausted from doing all the painting and reno shit at my place. And I went to bed at 12 or something. And for whatever reason, I woke up at 4 and I was like, I'm wide awake. I was like, well, I guess I'm watching Pokemon Direct or something. And so it was a half an hour, I think, and a little sit down, a lot of talking about nothing for a long time. Those Nintendo Directs, it's like you gotta get to the point.
I was watching it as well as having Tumblr open, and Tumblr was more informative than the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, so the meat and potatoes of it was that they announced that the 3 Kanto region starters got
Charmander, Bulbasaur,
Squirts.
Yep. His name.
That's his name. Squirts.
With a Z. Squirts. My favorite strip
Squirt tube.
my favorite strip club. Squirts.
The little bouncers.
No, it's a toddlers. Squirts.
Squirts. I just thought of Rugrats. You'd always call it, "Come here, Squirt." The grandpa.
Let's get to the fucking.
All of them are going to have mega evolutions, which we expected this to happen anyways.
Charizard looks sweet as fuck. Blastoise looks dope as shit. Big ass cock on his head.
Yeah.
Venusaur? What?
I feel really
An extra flower on his head.
It took me the longest time to realize that there was actually like other things that are different about him than just the
He has
flower.
some like vines, and he has little.
His tree flower is bigger. He actually has additional tree flowers on him, and they have vines connecting. And then he has a Yom Kippur giant pink flower.
Yeah,
just like it doesn't. It looks like someone literally just put a sticker. It was just like
a '60s flower.
It goes here now
on their Volkswagen.
The thing is though, it's like of the three, it's like Venusaur is the one that has the coolest like upgrade to him, where he has thick fat, where it's like now fire and ice does like half damage to him or something.
I think so, yeah.
And he's just like he's bulky as fuck now. It's like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, like out of the three of them, he's probably the best. Like, not even saying Mega Evolution.
No,
just
just
saying
like,
out of all the Pokemon that are just regular.
Yeah.
Charmeleon.
Charmeleon.
I was say Charmander, and I went, that's not right. Charmeleon's right. No, Charizard.
He's never really been good.
He is the worst out of them. His stats are good. His stats are pretty good. As a fire Pokemon, he's outclassed by a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
fire in general, not very
is
good.
Especially hurt by the fact that his typing is fire flying, which means he's double weak to, or 4 times weak to rock. Which in
Stealth Rock
will kill you.
Yeah.
And I raised that issue on, and people were agreeing with me that they should have made him Dragon, that they made Ampharos Dragon.
Yeah.
How hard would it be just to make him Fire Dragon?
He looks even more like a dragon now than he did before.
He's the most dragon-looking Pokemon out of all the dragons.
Yeah.
Like far more than Ampharos does.
Yeah.
But I raised that point, and I don't know. I was met with criticism.
Of course.
People did not agree that he should be that way, and people kept on raising the point of Volcarona, man. Volcarona has 4 times weakness to rock, and he's OU or Uber.
I don't even know who that is.
Volcarona's the little like moth
guy.
Yeah. But Volcarona has a move called Quiver Dance, and Quiver Dance, I believe, raises both attack and speed.
Okay.
So which is an incredibly useful move.
Yeah.
That only a few bug Pokemon can learn, and he's one of them.
Yeah.
That's what makes him as good as he is, that he has Quiver Dance.
Charizard doesn't have much.
And no, Drought is a huge boost for him. And they're going to be raising his special attack.
Yeah.
But he's still fucked by Stealth Rock. That all they would have had to do is make him Dragon.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be that much of a buff because now isn't Fairy the Dragon counter?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like it would be a buff, but you're adding all these new Pokemon as well.
So that's why they're like, I guess we'll just keep him as it is.
Yeah, but it's like they give him this buff, but it's like, okay, well, he's better, but he's not Blaziken. Where Blaziken is an absolute monster.
Yeah.
That Blaziken used to be bad. And then they upgraded him with his better ability.
And then they made him insanely powerful.
Well, now he has a Mega Evolution. It's
yes.
Like he was already on Smogon. He's Uber.
Yeah.
And now he's even stronger than that.
He's beyond Uber.
He gets faster each turn. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
So he's the ultimate sweeper. So if you're going to choose a fire type, why would you choose Charizard over Blaziken?
The only thing you could do with him is that you can start with him. It's like now that he has Drought, it's like, yeah, he's a good Pokemon to start with, but you can't switch in with him.
Yeah.
Period. But at
the same time, it's like, if you were to choose, like, who would be a better starter, him or Blaziken?
I don't know the move pools well enough, honestly. I don't know. So yeah,
Blaziken has better typing, but it's that fucking speed boost.
Yeah,
where it's just faster, faster, faster.
And he's a fucking chicken thing. You don't want to fuck with those guys, dude.
Well, and it makes you wonder what else they're gonna do. It's like if all the starters are gonna get megas.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it seems like why would they do Blaziken but not do Swampert and Grovyle?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
And Blastoise again, the new ability he has is like it makes all pulse moves better, which is like
yeah, but look at that huge penis on his head.
Oh yeah, and his little 2 side penises.
It's so phallic.
The best comment that someone said was they're like, I love how he has little shells on his arms with cannons on it, because it reminds me of Shell Shock from Mario Party 2. I'm like, totally. Oh, that's exactly what it is. That's brilliant.
The weirdest thing to me was they gave him like a little goatee,
Yeah.
He's a little chin horn.
It's not even like
it's
a
not
goatee.
a horn though.
It's just his chin is pointy as
Yeah,
shit.
it's just strange. I don't know why they felt that was the way to go.
Yeah.
How cool would it be if all the Mega Evolutions had the sick Pokemon tattoos from the Pokemon the first movie?
Oh, the black shit?
Yeah, they would look so much cooler.
Yeah.
I saw somebody just did some quick renders of what they would look like as shinies, and shiny Mega Charizard looks super
badass.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
And that's the thing. It's like, so far, I'm digging the look of Mega Pokemon.
These guys are okay. Venusaur's horseshit.
Venusaur.
Blastoise, pretty cool. I also think Blastoise should have been changed to Water Steel. That's been something that's been demanded for a while.
Because he's got the cannons.
Yeah, and also being plain water isn't as good as being Water Steel.
Still, he's bulky. Water is bulky in general.
Yes. But yeah, I like Charizard. But for everyone else, I guess Lucario looks cool. Again, I don't approve of him getting one of these things. I think Mewtwo is okay. I maybe I'll grow with it in time.
I grew to like him. I still don't like his eggplant appendages.
He looks like a Dragon Ball Z thing.
Of course.
Mega Ampharos, I think, looks so terrible.
So funny. I love it.
He has long 80s glam metal hair.
It's so great.
With little orbs in it.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
There's Mega Absol. Actually, I don't care for all that much.
Terrible looking. Absol is everybody really liked Absol.
I never liked Absol. I thought it was always too emo.
High attack was always his thing, and high crits.
Mega Mawile got a little pink dress.
I thought Mawile, again,
it's got cool,
a good Pokemon to give a Mega to, because it always seemed like this Pokemon is way cooler than anything. They didn't give him cool stats or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way that thing looks.
I like the headpiece, but it's just like, why is it wearing a little pink dress?
I don't know. It's fairy now, though, right?
Yeah, Fairy Steel, which is I think they haven't announced what Fairy is really strong and weak against you, but it's like Fairy Steel sounds strong.
And they've all but confirmed that there's going to be like a Sudowoodo evolution thing.
Really?
There's a horde. They have the horde battles now where you fight, and there's one where it's like 3 Sudowoodos and then 2 of these things that look just like Sudowoodos.
No, those are.
I know they have like Ututu. They have their own name.
Yeah,
but we don't know anything about them other than that.
They're supposed to be ghost Pokemon, apparently.
I don't know that that's been announced either.
I
was literally looking at like the Bulbapedia or Maryland page for that thing, and people were like, "Seems like a Sudowoodo thing." Especially because of the fact that they just released that with him next to Sudowoodo, so it was like, well, why would they do that? Seems a bit weird, but I don't know how they would do it as an evolution anyways. But Sudowoodo, again, a Pokemon. There are plenty of Pokemon that could use a boost, whether it's through Mega Evolution, I don't know.
Or something.
Yeah, there's lots of things they could do. Just add another evolution. It's like a weird thing where it's like these don't count in the Pokedex either, so they're not adding new
forms,
Pokemon.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not sure how that works.
They're technically not even forms. They're Mega Evolutions. It's a new thing.
Yeah, true. Mega evolutions to certain forms of Pokemon. Mega Deoxys, that'd be so cool.
Deoxys is strong enough as it is. Doesn't need the boost.
Alex, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who needs it, who doesn't need it. They don't care.
Unknown, Mega Unknown. There we go. You have to design 26 of them. Or no, it's just one. It's the alphabet.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait.
It's just all of them together.
It's Socrates.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
If it was all the letters just swirling. I would be scared. Like, no, get away.
Last time I saw this, you stole Ash's mother. I don't like where this is going.
So yeah, Mega Unknown, because Unknown is a Pokemon that is
useless as fuck.
Very cool, but has never served any purpose. But that would be something where it'd just be like, holy shit. What is his typing? Psychic. Yeah, make him just change it. Just make him Ghost.
I don't know. Fairy? Unknown is like
Ghost Fairy. Huh?
Unknown is just like a Pokemon that doesn't really fit into any category, I feel like. It's like, I guess Psychic makes sense.
Mega Smeargle. Sure. It's just a picture of Picasso's face.
But it's one of those things that, like, it uses the cameras and its eyes will track you.
I don't like it. Pokemon got creepy. Let's talk about the bank, though.
So the other thing they announced was Pokemon Bank. And you tweeted at me, and I was just like, I'm going back to sleep. But it's this service, $5 a year to pay for this. And it allows you to store up to 3,000 Pokemon on the cloud.
Yeah.
The cloud up in the sky where you send data and it stays on a server and you can access it from wherever, whenever. But the other thing that people are saying, and it's like that on its own is fine. They've always created other means. They've had the Wii game or whatever.
Pokemon Box.
Yeah, Pokemon Box. They had it for GameCube where you could buy a game and you can just like store Pokemon on it. And if anything, this is cheaper. $5 is cheaper for that service than all these other ones, because usually it's a $60 game or a $20 game.
Perhaps.
But the other thing is that it's the only means to transfer your Pokemon from Gen 5 to Gen 6. It's the only way to do it. Point of contention. A lot of people, including yourself, I wouldn't say you're upset.
That's not my point of contention. And I don't have any reason to be upset because I don't have any plans to play Pokemon X and Y.
I should say a lot of people, very upset. Oh boy, are they mad.
The people, I posted a comment on Kotaku about this simply just being a money grab, that it's essentially a $5 annual fee, but a $5 fee, like if you just count this year. $5 on top of the price of the game for something that they could have just as easily done for free. That's something that they could have included into the game for free. Because using the cloud is such a buzzword thing. It's just fucking servers. That how many games out there have online things where you don't need to pay extra?
Well, Nintendo itself, they don't charge anything for all their online shit.
Yeah. But I'm saying like a game like The Last of Us, and I use that, it's like The Last of Us has online crap, not like this, but more intensive than this, because you have a bunch of people playing online all the time using up all this bandwidth. How much fucking bytes do Pokemon comprise? Like, not much. It's just a little bit. And they're just storing it to servers. So the fact that it's cloud, and they're like, what is the money going towards? They're like, oh, it's to maintenance. We want to make this good. And it's like, I don't know. Like, they didn't charge for the GTS in Gen 4. So this is no different. The fact that they're charging $5. And I posted that on Kotaku, and I was met with a lot of just backlash of people going like, oh, what? You're too cheap to pay $5 for this? And I kept on explaining, and I got that maybe 20 times. I kept on explaining to people that the $5, that's the catch, that nobody looks at $5 and goes, that's an exorbitant fee. Everybody looks at it and goes, oh,
especially for a year.
Yeah, but people go, I can afford $5. That's not a problem. And that's what they're banking on. They're banking on that you don't fucking bat an eyelash at paying $5 to them.
Yeah.
And then Black and White sold 15 million copies. If you were to say one out of the 15 million of people that are going to get the Pokemon X and Y, say 1 million people get the Pokemon Bank, that's $5 million that Nintendo gets for nothing.
Yeah.
But it'll be more than 1 million. It'll probably be closer to 5.
Well, that's the thing. Like, typically these apps and these other games that people would buy to store their Pokemon were for the dedicated. Like, they were for the people who had a million Pokemon, were breeding them and like needed. Most people wouldn't get these games. So now by putting in the transfer, it's like it makes it so that suddenly people will buy this and they won't use the service really. It's like 3,000 Pokemon.
The thing that I kept on trying to point out to people is once all of your Pokemon are on there, you're going to have to keep paying them the money.
Yeah.
You're stuck. They're all on the fucking servers. And now your Pokemon aren't in your physical possession anymore.
Yeah.
They're in the fucking cloud. And you pay Nintendo $5 a year for who knows how long. And you're stuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, I can cancel at any time. I can just take them out. It's like, the way that you can take them out, I guarantee will be a lot more difficult than it is to put them in.
Yeah, it's
especially to get however many hundreds of Pokemon
because
you have.
They also haven't said. They said you can put a Pokemon in, and then you can take it onto your 3DS. Well, what if I want to put a Pokemon in and take it back to like Black and White or Black? It's like, will it work? Because the whole thing, I've seen this, and a lot of people are saying it's like, yeah, you can do it for free and all that. I think the reason it's on the cloud specifically is because currently there is no way for a DS architecture to communicate with the 3DS architecture. It's like they can't. The 3DS has an emulation. It can run like DS games, but it's thinking it's a DS. Like there's no way to go, you have a 3DS with Gen 6, I have a DS with Gen 5. Let's just trade that way, because it's I make the example in the recent video I did of it's like having your PS2 and PS3 want to talk to each other. It's like there's no real way to do it because while they're similar, they're totally different systems. So a workaround is we'll put it into a third-party system of a server or something, and then the data can be converted and re-downloaded onto a system. Again, could they have done that for free? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But they're a company, and they want to make money, and this will generate the money. So it's like...
I got that as well. People were saying to me that, well, they're a company. Are they not supposed to want to make money? I'm like, well, no, but I don't have to support that. That I don't necessarily feel that their heart is in the right place ever anymore. That it doesn't ever seem to be about making a worthwhile experience. It seems to be...
They're a company on the ropes, and this is...
Or no, just in Pokemon in general, that it's always been a cash grab. Everything's always been a cash grab. It's been a way to sell toys. It's been a way to sell anything.
Yeah.
So I don't like... there comes a point, and I tried to explain this to people. There comes a point where you have to go like, where do I draw the line? And $5 isn't the line because I was never planning to get this series anyways. But it's like I don't have a problem paying to get a game like The Last of Us because I don't feel like Naughty Dog is trying to get my money. Like I don't feel like, of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course that's their goal. But I think people like Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, they're trying to tell a story and they're trying to enlighten people and they're trying to do a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't ever feel like, well, they're trying to sell plushies and they're trying to, get your money. And it's not
with Pokemon. It's
and somebody else was like, well, then you've been fooled by Naughty Dog because they are trying to get your money. It's
yes, of course they're trying to get your money. Yeah,
it's like, I don't know. It's just it becomes too much where. I was trying to say that $5 from 5 million people is $25 million you've given Nintendo for fucking nothing. Yeah. And you're telling Nintendo that you're willing to give them $5 for fucking nothing. And the moment you do that, they're gonna keep doing stuff like that.
Yes.
But they've never really done anything like this before. Stop sending me Snapchats, everybody. I've got like 10 of them. Nintendo's never really done anything this before, and the moment you tell them that it's okay that they do this, they're going to keep doing it.
Yep.
For different things.
But at the same time, maybe they see this and go, oh, we can do subscription-based games. And maybe they'll do Pokemon MMO. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what this leads to at this point. But as it is now, it's like, they will make money off this. It's like, personally, I won't use it until I know that I can, like, redirect things how I want it to be. Like, bringing Pokemon back to Gen 5 or putting them in Gen 6.
What if something happens?
Well...
to the servers.
Exactly. The servers are down, which happens.
No, not down, but what if they get hacked and everyone's Pokemon are gone?
Yeah. Well, then we're gonna have to jump into the digital world and save them.
Would there be a riot?
I don't know.
A worldwide riot?
Maybe.
Like, can you imagine, like, just hundreds of Pokemon, hundreds of hours just gone?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That'd
be the end of Pokemon.
I don't know what it means to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it means to transfer it into the cloud. And then it's like, is it tied to me? What happens when I stop subscribing?
Exactly.
Can I still take them back, but I simply can't put new ones in?
I don't know.
And that they haven't
Nope.
They haven't announced any of this.
No.
So it's like, I will wait. They are providing a month trial.
And again,
to suck people in. Exactly.
Hey, try this thing for free. And once all of your Pokemon are on here, have fun getting them off, or just pay us $5.
Yeah. And it's like, how many kids are going to use that, not realizing it's a trial, and they're going, I can't get my Pikachu, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
And the mom, $5, fine, here.
Yeah, $5 here. But they don't. How do you get this thing? They don't sell $5 cards. You go out and you get a $20
card.
Yeah. It's all just, and it's like, I don't get that from Sony, that they're constantly trying to rip me off. I really don't get that from them. PlayStation Plus, an incredibly good deal. They were showing off like a year's worth of games. Like,
I need to go on there and get all the things again.
Yeah, there's Hitman Absolution and a Resident Evil collection of like the first 5 games.
Have you been on there on my account?
No, I haven't done that.
Okay, I need to do that.
But anyways, for Sony, they were showing off like from like January until now, or like whatever, they're showing off a year's worth of games and how much it costs, and it was literally like a page just full of like fucking, I don't know how many games. I couldn't count them.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, for $50.
It's like, here's the fact: Sony's had a hard fucking time for 6 years now, just like shit after shit after shit, and having to like we need to keep fans dedicated. Nintendo had 6 years of nothing but pure ridiculous profit, and now that they're losing, they don't know what the fuck to do.
And they're not being like Sony and being generous.
No, and that's the thing. It's like they need to hit rock bottom at some point before they can be like humbled. That's the thing. They need to be humbled again, and then they'll start doing something. Maybe in 10 years, Nintendo will be a good company again. I don't know. I think for the Pokebank stuff, if I get XY, I don't know if I'll even get it at launch, honestly. I'll see how much money I have. I bought a place. I have no money. But transferring all the Pokemon I want over into XY, like I want to see my shinies and stuff in XY. So it's like maybe I'll do that, but I'm not fucking saving anything on the cloud. It's like, no, they'll stay in my Pokemon White or whatever. Besides, they didn't really announce anything else after that from the Pokemon Direct, as far as I can remember. But very interesting stuff with Pokemon. We'll see. I'm still excited for the games, just because I like seeing the new Pokemon. I like seeing the evolutions, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure where I am at with the series anymore. I love the whole mechanics of the Megas and stuff, but again, I think what you're saying of how the whole series of Pokemon, it doesn't feel genuine anymore. It feels like something that they're running into the ground to make money. And it's like, I know there's good people there, hardworking people who are like avid about the game and wanting to make a good experience, but I think at the end of the day, like Nintendo is telling them, it's like, no, you got to keep making us money.
It just, I kind of think, and who knows how all of this kind of stuff is going to pan out, but it kind of makes me think of like the Star Wars, George Lucas kind of thing, that it's like, yeah, so much could be done in this universe by other people, so why not let them? So he takes a step back, and you're going to have J.J. Abrams take a crack at it.
But look how many years it took for that to happen.
Yeah, but they're going to be wanting... They've said that they're going to want to put out a Star Wars film every year. So it's not just the episode 7, 8, 9, but other Star Wars films by other directors. Yeah. That's great. And it makes me think, like, well, with Pokemon, why not do something? Oh, it'll never happen. But it's like, to have other developers take a crack at this, and not for shitty fucking Pokemon Troy-Z or Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but for just like, I said to you out of nowhere, fucking out of nothing. I think I was going through like an old folder, and I just had like a photo from Gen 5 with N, of like the girl from Pokemon fucking White or whatever, and N sitting in the Ferris wheel. And it's just like a really nice photo, and it made me think like that was one of the first times I think people were really thinking like, oh, is Pokemon gonna have a good story for once? And they didn't. They tried
better than
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. So I hate at the end where they raising the issue of, hey, it's wrong to make these guys fight. That's a bad thing.
And you're just like,
at the very, and it's like, that guy's fucking right.
Yeah, this guy's a point.
We're gonna stop him by killing
with the fights? This doesn't seem right.
And at the very end, he went, ha ha ha, I was lying. I didn't believe that at all. I just wanted all the Pokemon to myself.
It's actually completely all right to fight.
Yeah, it's at the very end. That's like the final thing of the bad guy going like, I was lying. Yeah. What I said was a lie.
Yeah.
Fighting is good. I'm a liar. And it's like, that's terrible. That's the worst.
Yeah. And I think they meant to do that where you like N feels disillusioned and stuff, but it's just like, well, you went back on everything we've been playing for 30 hours.
Yeah.
And suddenly, okay, whatever.
But I was saying like, what if like the main point of the game, like what if the main driving force of the game wasn't gotta catch them all, it wasn't beat the Elite Four or whatever, become Pokemon champion, stop team whatever from doing whatever? What if it was just like a love story? What if it was something as simple as that? And you had people that were smart like Bruce Straley or Neil Druckmann or any company like that take a real crack at making this story something sentimental, the way that Zelda games try to do, where it's like you don't need to really go into it too much, or a game like Eco, where it's like you don't need to go into it too much, or Shadow of the Colossus, but have it be clear what the driving force is. But you don't. It's like, and no, that'll never ever happen.
No, that'd be like saying, well, Mickey Mouse, he's got to find love.
Or no, it's more like saying like, well, why doesn't Mario game have like a real love story?
Yeah,
and it's like, that's not what I'm saying, but it's like, maybe change what the fucking driving force of the game is. There's so many things where they're just so set into what the formula should be.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, fuck that. Fuck the formula. You were playing a ROM hack where it was fucked up towards the end because it was all exposition.
Yeah.
But it was like, well, no, they were trying to change the formula by going,
and it was so refreshing.
You get these 3 starters instead. But I'm saying, like, no, scrap the starters thing. Why not have it be like Mystery Dungeon, where you do like a personality test type thing?
I've heard really good things about the Mystery Dungeon games. Some of them are supposed to be like really solid.
Yeah, and I've heard the writing, it's like a lot funnier, and more, because it's like weird kind of, it's not the main game, so they can kind of do whatever they want with it. I saw like a thing from like Diglett, one of the Diglets says, did you see that?
No.
You have to like rescue a Diglett from like a top of a mountain or whatever, and you get down to the bottom.
Diglett, just dig your way down.
You get down to the bottom, and he goes, "Boy, are my legs tired." And it's like, wait, what?
What?
So yeah, they have a funny line like that. But I don't know. I'm not sure that I trust Game Freak anymore. I don't know that the core of the game is what it used to be to me. So
yeah, who knows? Pokemon, guys, it's a big thing. It's a big thing on our channel too. We never even really like grazed the whole Tumblr thing, the giveaway.
Fuck it.
All right, good night, everyone.
Y'all know who it is, what it is, if you know what it is, and if you don't, you'll know soon enough, motherfuckers.
Can't keep it up.
Excuse me?
I can't keep it up.
Keep what up?
My dick.
Mega Venusaur.